Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Tyler and today I'm going to be talking about how to succeed in GCSE biology. Now this does apply for all exam boards. Biology is more or less the same in every exam board: AQA, EdXL, OCR, WGJAEC. Anyway, it applies to all exam boards, so whatever exam board you're in, it applies to that. So yeah, biology is one of those subjects where it's easy if you do it right. It's not like, say, chemistry and physics, where chemistry and physics are quite harder in a way, because chemistry and physics, they apply a lot more thinking and problem solving in that sense. But yeah, I got a star at GCSE biology and I'm now doing it for A-levels, and I'm actually applying to study at university next year. So yeah, before I start waffling, let's just get straight into the video. So my first tip is to memorise your definitions. So many people don't do this, but these marks are so easy to get and you're chucking down the drain if you don't memorise your definitions. For example, memorising the definition of diffusion, which is the air movement of particles from an area of high to low concentration, down a concentration gradient. Yeah, these marks are so easy to get and so many grade 9 students are going to be memorising these definitions, and just knowing them yourself puts you really far ahead in terms of how well you're going to do in your GCSEs. Like, these should come just naturally to you. You should know every definition you can. That you should write them on flashcards, test yourself every week on all these definitions. They should just come naturally to you, and you should just literally, you should be able to open that paper, see that question saying define, I don't know, diffusion, and you should be able to just say it without even thinking. That is what will get you ahead in terms of what grade you're going to get. Yeah, next is blurting. Now, if you haven't heard of blurting, it's basically where you get a blank piece of paper, you get a pen or a pencil, and then you write everything you can about a topic you've just learned, and you write everything you can in one colour. And then after you've done this, what you basically do is look at everything you wrote, and then if you've got it right, tick it. If you've got it wrong, you correct it, but you correct it with a different colour pen. Yeah, so by the end of it, you'll have a full piece of paper of just everything you've learned from that topic, and you can go off that piece of paper and just make sure you learn every single thing. I do like to use whiteboard so when it comes to blurting, because with whiteboards you can rub it out and normally it's a lot bigger, so you can write a lot more. So yeah, I've got whiteboard there next to me, behind me. Now, I couldn't stress this enough, and I said this in another video before, and I'll probably say it in a load of other videos, is to communicate with your teachers. Like, this is so important. Like, the top students, I guarantee you, they will tell you they communicate with teachers. If you don't know an answer to a question that's in your homework, go to your teacher. They know it. They get paid to help you. So, like, they will know the answer, and they can help you get to that answer in the future. The teachers are there to support you. They want you to get that grade 9. They want you to do the best you can. And just having a teacher on your side to help you and mentor you and motivate you into getting that grade 9 is just honestly the best thing that you can do. Also, if you've got mocks coming up quite soon, or in the next year or so, what I recommend you do is actually go to your teacher and say, "Hi sir, hi miss, can you tell me the dates to our mocks that are coming up this year or next year?" And then you can write it down, like write it down on a post-it note and stick it above your bed, write it down on a piece of paper and like stick it above your desk. I don't care, just honestly, just make sure you know the dates to your mocks, because so many people get worried because they'll be told a few weeks before. And if you know really far ahead, it will put you in such a good position compared to so many people. Next is to do your homework. I know so many people that don't do their homework, and I know so many people that go, "Oh, do you know what, it's homework, it's fine, like I know it." Homework is such good practice, because normally with homework they'll give you practice questions. Practice them. It's basically like doing a practice test. That's literally what it is most of the time. Or even if your homework is just writing down loads of information to a topic, turn that into what I've said, blurting. They don't mind how you do your homework most of the time. Just make sure you do it and make sure you learn the content that they're asking you to learn. Just do it in your own way. For example, you can blurt, you can make flashcards, you can do mind maps, whatever you want to make you learn that content, make sure you do. Homework is not useless. So many people think it is, but it's really not. Now this one, honestly, this is like the biggest tip I will ever give you, and that is to do practice questions. So many people don't do practice questions. They just think, learn the content, you'll be fine. But it's not always the case, because in exams, they tend to reword certain things to make it seem like you haven't learned it when you have. And doing these practice questions gives you that opportunity to kind of practice how they're going to try and trick you and how to answer these questions in the best way possible. Because more times than never, they actually do repeat questions in years. They'll just reword a certain word or sentence or phrase, but it will be the same question and it will be the same answer. And practicing these questions will put you in such an advantage compared to like the rest of the country. But yeah, I promise you, like, that is one of the best tips I'll ever give you, is to practice questions. These are the most important things you can do in getting that grade 9 or grade 8 or even grade 7. Just honestly practice these questions and you will be great. This one kind of relates to the practice questions part, but when you get stuff wrong in these tests, don't just go, okay, I got it wrong. You have to be correct in that. Like, say if it's a definition question and maybe it's 2 marks, so you got the first half of the definition, but you didn't get the second half of the definition. You need to be writing flashcards. Write flashcards on these definitions and make sure you base it upon the mark scheme. So when you do practice questions, normally in most websites, such as you can look at Physics and Maths Tutor, you can look at Study Mind, or you can just literally type in GCSE Biology practice questions and then your specific exam board. And most times than ever, they will come up with the mark scheme next to the questions. And you need to be basing your flashcards off these mark schemes. These mark schemes give you the word-to-word answer to these questions. Sometimes you will be saying the right thing in an exam, but if you don't word it the same way the mark scheme does, you won't get the full marks you can. But yeah, make sure you're writing flashcards based upon the mark scheme. I know mark schemes are quite hard to read, to be honest, but you can always go to your teacher, they can help you. Now, this next tip is in terms of really revising the actual content and how to actually revise it, and that is YouTube. YouTube is honestly one of the best platforms when it comes to revising content. I mean, that's why you're here now. You're technically studying to become a better student. But yeah, use YouTube. Some YouTubers I recommend are Primrose Kitten. She's amazing. She does like hour-long videos on like GCSE topics. She's really good, and she also, like, it's kind of like a whiteboard kind of style she does with her videos, which I quite like. Also, free science lessons. I know a lot of you get a bit fed up of seeing him in school sometimes, but he is honestly amazing, and he does his videos based upon the mark scheme of each of his exam boards, so he can make sure you get the best marks possible when revising the content. Also, Cognito is really good. I really love that YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out. Yeah, make sure to check them out because they also do GCSE maths videos. Yeah, if YouTube isn't your thing, what I really recommend you also look at is CGP books. Now, CGP books are honestly one of the best revision books you can ever buy for GCSE science. They have CGP books for GCSE biology, chemistry, and physics. They also do so many other topics, so if you want the CGP book for, like, say, geography, they do that as well. So yeah, CGP books, they can be a bit expensive, but I'll link some websites down below where you can get them for quite cheap. But yeah, honestly, they are the best books you can buy. Definitely invest in it, because I know it can cost money, and it will cost money, but that's getting you that really good grade that you deserve. Another little tip before I go is to learn the content of the hardest topics first. Honestly, I just thought about that, and it's probably one of the best advice I can give you when it comes to revising content. Revise the content that's hardest at first. But yeah, that's the whole video now. I really hope you found it useful, and I really hope you do well in your GCSE biology exams. I know you will, because you're here and you're watching this YouTube video on how to do well, so you will do well. I promise you'll get that grade you deserve. But yeah, I really hope you found it useful, and I'll see you next video. Bye.